a guy that believes in himself, and a guy that dared to be great by taking a chance. You can't teach a fighter or an athlete to have something that they don't have. It's literally impossible. They will get exposed. The longer they stay in the game, the more exposure they will be or get. Trust me, I got 3 decades of experience of subterfuge and deceit bullshit. When a man says, okay, you want that? Okay, you want that? Okay, you want that? Yes, yes, yes. Damn, what do? You gotta eat crow now. Now you gotta fight. Now you gotta try to spin it. There's no spin now. Get your rest. Make weight. Put a little baby oil on your face to make sure that you don't look like you dehydrated too much, tank. And show up tomorrow and make weight and let's get ready to fight. Well, you and Ryan get ready to fight.
What does this do for Ryan if he wins tomorrow?
What do you mean what it does for Ryan?
For his career. If he's victorious tomorrow,
can I tell you?
Biggest win of his career.
Can I tell you what it do for boxing?
Yeah.
And I work it back to what it do for Ryan.
Absolutely.
Let's deal with the boxing. For the business of boxing, it puts Ryan in a position, just like Canelo, just like Oscar, just like Floyd Mayweather, you become the most sought out guy amongst investors, sponsors, casual, hardcore, in between, people that only watch fights when it's big. You got those communities out there that only watch big fights of this magnitude. He become all that. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of responsibility that comes in being a face of boxing. That's a benefit to him personally. Now what it does for business, his shirts everywhere. People are now that trying to think they can throw a jab off its people, now all of a sudden when they hit the bag. It becomes now a thing of, he become a marketing tool to bring more viewership and more respect to boxing, like Oscar did when he won the Olympics and came out. The looks, the heart, the gill, to do all the things that's normally not done by a guy that not only represent himself outside the ring. When you have looks and you can fight like you don't have looks, let me say that again. That was cool, hold up. When you have looks, because I don't think you got it. When you have looks like you can't fight, that means, I ain't gonna say pretty, but gorgeous, right? He can't fight, he looks good. You know how many people he knocked out based on they looked at him and say he's too handsome to beat me? That is something that I didn't have it. And there's a lot of other fighters didn't have it. Doesn't mean we didn't make greatness, because obviously we did. But that's when you know that you have something special. That the pretty boy, his opponent mentioned it, Tank mentioned it, everybody mentioned it. Why? Because every generation had one of those or more pretty boys that we looked at. How are we going to destroy that face? Is there some envy there, possibly jealousy? Absolutely. But this guy can really flat out fight. None of y'all guys can say that, you know what, I don't like Ryan for this fight, but I think he's all hype job. I don't think anyone y'all be honest to say that's the case. Y'all know it's not. The flat out fight. And he bringing that to the table, that's gonna open up benefits for him that only really generations that have one or two of those athletes. That now you got corporate America is saying that, hey, let's get in boxing. John, what do you think about getting in, John? We got a budget. That's huge. That doesn't happen all the time. Anybody here would tell you these guys got over 5 years or more, way over 5, just on the least, no understanding that I'm telling the truth. I'm looking at stuff that has something to do with corporate America embracing boxing as something that they can get their name mentioned. Not just Christian Dior, we already know he got that. This would, the talent, fighting Ryan Garcia, fighting Tank Davis, this what brings it to the table. Tomorrow's going to be a perfect sound. You're going to think it's an NBA game tomorrow. I say it again, and not just beating up on you, I guarantee you're going to think it's an NBA game tomorrow. You know how many players coming to this game, this fight? And remind you, it's the playoffs. You don't get that for fights that's even big until you have a super fight. With two undefeated fighters who believe in themselves, who have followers around the world, millions, that's going to tune in. I mean, what are we talking about?
Does perfection even help or hurt the fighter? Because nowadays,
What?
the growth of perfection. So it's two undefeated fighters right now. They both perfect. Now, back in the day, it's like the fighter could take a loss and bounce back. It's a little different now. What do you think about them bouncing back nowadays?
No, anybody lose a fight now of a magnitude of being undefeated or fighting everybody up till they got there, let me tell you, nowadays it's like this. Only thing can get hurt now is your damn feelings you didn't win. Because right now they're looking at it totally different, and that was a hell of a comeback I just gave you. Your feelings could be hurt. It should be. Then I'm worried that you didn't win and you feel happy about it. Like, yo, like you ain't feeling some kind of way. At least give me some kind of like, man, damn. Kick the bucket or something. You understand? Show me something like you ain't like that. When you get comfortable losing, and you get comfortable in feeling, you're dead, really. In that sport, it's over. That's okay, I'll get him next time. Okay? Nah, this is a generation that rewards those who take risk. This is a generation that rewards those, and I'm talking about media, I'm talking about fans. This is a generation that rewards the fighter that take risk. I told Elliot Setback on the interview, I had 3 characters that built and helped my legacy as I moved on from the executioner to the alien to B-Hop. Now I have a 4th one, but I'm not throwing punches. I'm doing what I did when I was active, and I'm doing now. It's being the biggest instigator in boxing. To reinvent yourself and actually make sure that you live up to that title that you gave yourself. And some will think it's distasteful, but the biggest instigator spread through the boxing world like a wildfire, and they tried to use and challenge that yesterday. In case y'all didn't know, it's not breaking news, but I gotta let y'all know because they don't want y'all to know. Because in spite of them trying to keep me off the stage yesterday, at the press conference, saying there wasn't any more seats, Kelly Swanson, I told her stupid ass to get out of the way, and I made a seat. I say it again. I told her stupid ass, Kelly Swanson, to get out of the way, and I had my security, Akbar Muhammad, close by, right there, get a chair and put it right there near Joe Goosen. Didn't y'all see me up there?
Yes.
You know why? Not because I was bullying my way in. I belong at the table, and they feared that I might take the table in a way of what? Knowledge and understanding. One thing for sure, I've earned what I've became. I'm not apologetic or apologizing for anything that I move forward in life, because no one gave me an easy way, and I'm not looking for it. I've earned the right to be in front of y'all right now and to speak my mind the way I've done and the way I've been consistent. No one here, whether you like me or not, doesn't even matter to me. Know I've been consistent in doing what? Expressing my what? My feelings and the way I feel. I done it when I was boxing. I was told I'd be blackballed. I was delayed, but I wasn't defeated. Now that I overcame and became victorious, which y'all all agree that, and beaten one of the biggest powers, and it's called the establishment. How do you think you're gonna slow me up and stop me now? How do you think you're gonna make sure that I get muzzled? They knew what the future was gonna be if me and Oscar De La Hoya stayed the course. 2 decades and a half later, their wife's nightmare came to fruition. And they're still trying to figure out how it became like it did. And then to add insult to injuries, he still have his mind, he still have his health, he still have his wit, he still have his charisma, and he's at the table. We know he's gonna take it next. That's the biggest threat. I'm not giving them no secrets. I'm just putting them on notice, like we used to do on the street. And no sneak attack. Every pack of cigarettes have a warning sign. I'm that pack of cigarettes.